How does it feel for me? Sophia, May to September 2022, Part 3. Warning, this audio contains someone talking about suicide. What support are you currently accessing in the community?
Obviously, I've been at, Dial House a lot. They've obviously been helpful. And then Wellbeing Cafe as well. But that's always tricky to know if, for me, Wellbeing Cafe is all very well and good, but you have to be the right level of crisis for them. If you're too unwell, then you can get barred from using their service. If they have to call 999 on you, or if they feel like your behaviour is just a lot, then they're you have to have a review, so then you can get blocked from using their service for a while, which can be difficult if you're trying to share between the two, because then you're having to rely on one service and they can turn you away, because obviously the more you use it, the less of a priority you are to them, because they have other people that also need to access it. I always find it hard to know which level of crisis am I on today? Am I Oasis? Am I not Oasis? Am I a Dial House level, or am I Wellbeing Cafe level? I mean, at the minute I go every other day pretty much. And then also my care coordinator finally has pushed. Finally, I mean, it's not her fault, it's just taking so long really. I finally got the OT coming as well. So I now get 3 visits a week from Emerge. I get my care coordinator, I get OT, and then I've got another one that's a youth worker type person. She just basically, her job is just to try and get you involved in going places, doing things, finding things to do. And then yesterday I just got a phone call. Do you know Live Well Leeds? I finally made it to the top of their waiting list for the art group. I've literally been on their list for a year. And then I do stuff at, Woodhouse Community Centre. So Inkwell do a craft group there on a Thursday. And then there's a gardening group afterwards, which I do as well. Well, if that stuff wasn't there, I'd probably be at home or be somewhere doing daft things. But it's hard sometimes to find those things, and it's scary. If you haven't been before, it's terrifying. But luckily I'd already been involved with Inkwell Arts for a while. It's just that I hadn't been very consistent with attending because I'd been unwell.
What was one thing you really valued in the last 6 months?
I think Oasis was the most positive thing. So yeah, I just valued the support that I got from individual staff members there. I think the people who are the experts in crisis are people with lived experience. That's what I found at Oasis, that was really good. Everybody there has some lived experience, whether they've been through it themselves or they've had a family member they've cared for with it. But Oasis feels a bit more like staying at a hotel. It's not clinical. It looks more cosy, there's carpet on the floor, you know what I mean? The bedding, the beds are actually a double-sized bed, they're not this little single NHS bed. You've got proper duvets, that's a big thing, because the NHS blanket it's just not it, is it? And they don't refer to you as patients or service users, they refer to you as guests, which I think is quite nice. And the staff are just always around, and because they're not in a hospital setting, they don't prioritise doing the paperwork. They prioritise doing the actual supporting people, talking with people, even just sitting with people and just being next to somebody, not necessarily talking. Whereas at the Becklin, the staff were just constantly updating paperwork. That's where you never got any time with them. So Oasis just makes you feel more supported. Definitely made me feel more supported, because the staff had time to talk to you, and they were all really, really nice. I was having quite a lot of flashbacks while I was there, and they were really good at bringing me round. I find I had a flashback in front of the crisis team before, and they just think I'm making it up. I wish I was making it up. If I was making it up, it'd be so much better, honestly.
Yeah. If you could change one thing to make your experience better, what would it be?
Put me on the medication that I asked for immediately, number 1. Number 2, I don't think telling somebody that they're not going to kill themselves is very helpful or appropriate. And I think it just escalated everything, because at that point I was like, right, I will.